Y'all thought I was done. Y'all thought I was out and down and out, man. What's this going on? Y'all thought I wasn't coming back, left for dead. But I'm back, and we're back. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of The Corner Store. It's your boy Joe Cadet, and this is just like I'm back video or whatnot. Hopefully, I mean I've had 3 videos out like this that I'm back, but hopefully I don't get lazy. I don't be like F the world. I'm just checking in on you guys. This episode here isn't really nothing. It's just like a check-in episode that, yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still doing my thing. Yeah, I have things coming up soon. The ideas are rolling in. The ideas are really really rolling in right now. So it's all good. And I mean, I have things. Let me stop saying I have things coming up, because you guys, I have to have things coming up, or you guys aren't going to tune in. I really don't have anything prepared for this episode. Let me just think of some things off the top of my head that I really want to talk about. First thing off the top of my head, because that was the last thing I was reading before starting this, Deshaun Watson. I'm gonna say that for a later date, but do I want to get controversial now, this early? Do I really want to get controversial? Controversy sells tickets. Controversy gets subscribers, apparently. I'm just gonna say this, because the gist of the corner store, the whole mantra, the motto of the corner store, I'm just trying to start the conversation. With what we know with what we know about African Americans when it comes to sexual assault charges, should you trust the women? Then again, if you don't trust women tend to not, or this is just people in general. If they know they're not going to be believed, they hold in and they don't come out when something like this situation happens. Maybe I might jump into it a little bit more, but I don't know. But hey, I hope everything is false for my boy Deshaun. Praying for you, bro. Yeah, what else? Russell Westbrook, guys, give Russell Westbrook his flowers now. It's looking like it's kind of like the end of the road. I'm not going to lie. As a Russell Westbrook fan, I love what I'm seeing from him. But my guy, I feel like, I'm not trying to say that he hates basketball. He doesn't like basketball no more. But I think he knows his time is coming. Like, his mortality in the NBA is coming. That, for a guy to literally make the triple-double normal again, for a guy to make the triple-double, now, like, everybody wants to get a triple-double. Everybody's trying to, hey, man, how many more assists, how many more rebounds? Russell Westbrook, he's made it popular to do triple-dubs. I be trying to get triple-dubs now whenever I go to the park. But it's time for us to, instead of talking about his jump shot and him being on the Wizards and whatnot, it's time to talk about what his legacy is going to be. I know a lot of haters out there, Kefir, is going to say his legacy is a guy that put up a lot of numbers and didn't win. The man went to 4 conference finals. This man carried a team that was broken by Kevin Durant's departure in 2017, led him to the playoffs. He was an MVP candidate before the coronavirus happened. Give this man his flowers, man. And he's close. He's not there, but he's close. Him and Bradley Beal together are trying their hardest to to bring the Washington Wizards into the playoffs. Westbrook, he's not the same Westbrook from even 2 years ago. We know this. Like, his jump is not the same. But it's time for us to start giving players during their, like, especially the latter end of their prime, because I believe this, like, right now is like the latter end of Westbrook's prime. Like, he's just like the other day, he had 35, 16, and 14 on 73% shooting. He's gonna have games like that, but then he's gonna have a lot of games with like 6 turnovers. He doesn't have the explosion to get by everybody like he used to. But Wes, you're my guy. You're my guy. What else can we talk about? You know what? Let me go there. No notes, no nothing. Let me go there. Let's talk about the New York Knicks. The Knicks, I do not want to see the Knicks in a playing game. I don't want to see the Knicks in a playing game. The Knicks need to get one of the top 6 seeds to avoid the playing game, because I don't think the Knicks are going to make it out alive in the playing game. And I love, for the first time since 2013, that's 8 years. 8 years. 2013. What would I say? 2017? I meant 2013. If I didn't say 2013, I meant 2013. That's 8 years, man. Then I enjoy watching the Knicks. I haven't watched a lot of the Knicks games because the NBA itself is just a little. It's not my taste. I'll go into detail later on about that. But I love watching the Knicks. The Knicks remind me of old school basketball. Yes, I guess I'm a conservative. You could call me a conservative, but I love that grind it out. You know, your defense is gonna win, not your freaking 3-point shot. That type of basketball game is what draws me in. It's what drew me in when I was a kid. When I was a little baby, 2 years old, watching the Knicks going against the Spurs, watching Michael Jordan's last shot. You know, it's funny. It's funny I remember that, but I do remember it. I do remember watching the Bulls in Utah Game 6. I do remember that. But yeah, I love the Knicks right now. Julius Randle has gained a lot of my respect. He has lost a lot of my respect too, because this man is dumb. You play in the streets. You play in the park. Somebody touches the ball whenever you're jumping. You make sure you let go of the ball. You make sure you get the ball up. Shoot that thing in again. My guy wants to. Kyrie touches. Yes. This is from about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. But I'm still heated about that. But Kyrie touches the ball, bro. You dropped the ball. How did you not know? How did you not know how to not to do that? Where the hell is Randall from? I don't know, but over there they should have taught him that. I love Emmanuel Quickley. Since the day I saw him in the preseason game this year, well, I guess this past year, I knew that guy was gonna be a dog. He still is gonna be a dog, but I think he's best suited. The more and more I watch him, he's best suited as a 6-man. I wouldn't put him in the starting role. You could put Derrick Rose in the starting role. I'm not a fan of Alfred Payton. Once again, another Brooklyn debacle. My guy started saying, "Hey, I'm on him on Kyrie." That is, my boy Kyrie gave him a little and a 3-point shot. Come on, man, come on. Who else? RJ. I've always been a fan of RJ. I love that the Knicks picked up RJ last year. RJ is not Zion in terms of he's not a guy that's going to change a game. He's going to change the dynamic of a game. Zion from a 3, a dunk, a rebound, a pass. I believe him, when it comes to young stars, him, maybe Luka are the only young stars who could change the dynamic of a game like that. I think he's number 1 when it comes to that. But RJ isn't that. RJ plays his role but he's a bucket getter. He's a guy that Stephen A. Smith always talks about this. He's like, hey man, the game is tied. Who do you go to be like, here, bring us home? RJ, I still believe RJ is the guy to do that. Even though we've been giving the ball to Julius Randle to do things like that, I believe RJ is the guy for that. RJ just needs more confidence when it comes to that. I like my guy, man. He what's my boy's name? Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards called him out. I hope, and I know he did. I know my guy wrote it down on a piece of paper. RJ, man, you're going to be the reason why we get a top 6 seed. I believe the Knicks are making the playoffs. I know the Knicks are making the playoffs. I just don't want the Knicks to be in the play game because there's a couple dogs in that basement that I don't want the Knicks to see. Like one of them is Washington. If Washington makes the playing game, they're making the playoffs. That team, even though the record doesn't show it, but when that team is healthy and is in sync, that team, you don't want to play that team. Another team, Chicago. I've been looking eerily at Chicago a little bit here and there. Chicago, especially after the trade now, they got someone inside in Vucevic. They got Zach LaVine, damn dog. I love what's his name, Williams. They got a bunch of players now, and I feel like now Billy Donovan is starting to get his like groove, like he's finished grooming the team. So now now the team now is just like fluidly, is that a word? Yeah, fluidly moving in motion, and they're gonna be scared. Who else we're looking at in the East? That's kind of scary. I mean, Boston's in there. Indiana's in there. You don't want to play those two teams. The Knicks saw that the other day. They didn't want to play Boston in late game. Brad Stevens, I give him this. He's one of the best late game coaches in the NBA. You don't want to get into it late game. But the Knicks, Tibbs, sorry I doubted you, man. You're my guy, Tibbs. You're my guy. I always appreciated you in Chicago because you really went back to old school basketball. You're developing your old school philosophy with the new school because you got to play new school. You got to push the pace, all that stuff. But I appreciate what you're doing for the city of New York. We all going into the season thought it was just going to be Brooklyn running through everybody and like the Knicks are gonna be another lottery pick, but no, we did not see that. We seen a team that's more New York than the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are a bunch of, and I like the Nets too. I like Kyrie, I like KD, Blake, Aldridge, Harden, all those players. But when you think, I guess when you're really from New York, when you're really from New York, you know about the grind, the hustle, the grit that you need to get out the mud, you know, I don't want to say get out of here, you know. There's not a place that, I mean, you would want to get out of here, but that's a story for another day. But there's not a place that you need to get out of here, like a Philly or Louisiana, things like that. But we know how to get it. We know how to get it out the mud. Like if you're from New York, we know how to make $1 turn into like $50. We know how to do that. And the Knicks are showing our New York colors, are proving our New York colors. Like the Nets, when the Nets are good, great NBA Finals champions already. I got a hat just to wear it on the parade. I'll be a honorary Nets fan that day. The Nets are more so like the pretty boys, like we can do our thing whenever we need to. We know we own the place, but we're just playing around with our food. That's really what the Nets are. And speaking about the Nets, something else I want to let me applaud. I want to applaud Blake Griffin, Steve Nash, those two in particular, but I want to applaud the Brooklyn Nets. So there's some like super team thing coming around now about the Brooklyn Nets. First of all, they really wasn't saying this when they got James Harden. That's the super team right there, the James Harden. But hey, their bench is decimated. Really, I saw that TLC was still there. Spencer Dinwiddie, their best player coming on the bench, he's injured. So like that didn't mean nothing. TLC. The biggest question was Claxton. He's coming on. Like they need a big man. And I still think they do need a big man. I wish the Andre Drummond thing worked out. I don't understand why. Well, Andre Drummond's a loser. Respectfully, he's a loser, and I'll go into that next because I wanna pour out my words. Wait. The Nets, their bench got better with the James Harden trade. They got better in terms of, okay, like you didn't get, and Jared Allen trade as well. At first, you have pieces like TLC, I keep saying, Bruce Brown, Claxton, they're coming along. Now, the thing is, those three guys always knew, hey, someone's going to have to be the alpha for the bench. James Harden. That time frame where Kyrie and Kevin Durant was hurt, or Kyrie and Kevin Durant both took sick days from work, that's just James Harden meshing with the bench. And James Harden he's a starter, but he's the sixth man. But people don't see that. I mean, you don't see that. You don't see that. That's obviously what they just did. Now they got LA, they got Blake Griffin. In case, because you can't really trust the people like TLC, Bruce Brown, Claxton. I'm missing someone. Gary Harris is a starter. Gary Harris is a very nice player. I'm surprised. All the trades that the Nets did. Well, what was it? One trade. Nobody tried to get Gary Harris off their hands. Gary Harris is ice cold. He's not no killer, but he's ice cold. But anyways, you have James Harden meshing with this team. James Harden, in Kyrie's terms, is the point guard of the team. So James Harden is meshing with the bench players. He's meshing with Blake Griffin before his injury. He's not really meshing with Marcus Aldridge because he's hurt right now. But you got James Harden having continuity with the bench players. That's trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble for the NBA. Y'all talking about this man? There's no bench in the Nets. They built their bench during the Kyrie and KD outage. And speaking about KD and Kyrie, every time these guys step on the court, nobody can stop them. If you haven't noticed that, I'm telling you guys, that's breaking news. Kyrie is literally dropping about 40 points a night. No one is guarding. No one is checking him. No one is able to check him. KD, the other night against the Pelicans, 17 in 18 minutes, bro. Calm, like shoot around. Nobody's stopping the team that's gonna be almighty and be able to stop the consensus team that is supposed to be able to stop the Nets are the Philadelphia 76ers. The best defender on the Philadelphia 76ers is who? Ben Simmons. Ben needs to check KD. Who's checking Kyrie? Who's checking James Harden? Ben is only one person, and the most important person to stop is KD, and you gotta put that man on you gotta put Ben on him. Tobias Harris he's not touch, maybe James, but he's not touching. He's not touching. He's not touching Kyrie. Embiid on the end. Okay, you gotta let him have 50 points. He's gonna get tired eventually. People talk about him being in shape and whatnot. My boy's he had 2 injuries during the season. 2 injuries during the season. Granted, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't really watched any Philly games with Embiid. I've watched Philly games with Simmons, but not Philly games with Embiid. So that's just me, not looking into the game, not analyzing the game like that. But the man's been injured twice this season. How much can he? How durable is Embiid? That's the question that should be in everybody's mind at this present moment. How durable is Embiid? But I don't think the Sixers stand a chance. The Bucks maybe. The reason why I say the Bucks maybe, you have Giannis who could kind of check KD. Drew could check Kyrie. Drew is probably the best defender for Kyrie. Bigger body, quicker. And then James Harden, you could bring several bodies. Middleton, DiVincenzo, all those people you could bring. But I really don't see nobody beating the Nets. I really think it's going to be Nets and Clippers, and the Nets are going to win 6. We've seen how the Nets play with the Clippers. We've seen what the Nets could do to the Clippers. Nets in 6. Nets in 6. The other part I was going to talk about, Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's a bona fide loser, respectfully. Andre Drummond's going to give you double-doubles, yes. But those are donut numbers. Those are Dunkin' Donuts numbers, empty calories. Is LeBron James, his leadership, that great? And I'm not gonna knock LeBron James. Out of all the things I can say, out of all the hate I have for LeBron James, I will never say LeBron James is a bad leader. But let's look at Drummond's track record. Came out with 20. I don't know when he came out. Regardless, my boy freaking had the last good post team with him and Greg Monroe. Boys wasn't making the playoffs. Went to the playoffs twice, got swept. Do any of you guys remember him in those series? The last series where Blake, we kept talking about Blake Griffin, and is Blake Griffin going to come and try and give them a game against the Bucks? But I thought Andre Drummond is nice. I heard he was a loser in UConn, respectfully. Andre Drummond is he's just a numbers guy, man. Like if you're playing fantasy basketball, that's the guy you want. But if you're trying to win a championship, that's not the guy you want. And the Lakers have more problems than just a big man. So yeah, congratulations, Lakers, on getting that. But also congratulations on the Los Angeles Clippers. You guys should have done this last year. You guys should have picked up DeMarcus Cousins last year. You guys would have been able to beat the Denver Nuggets, sweep the Lakers, make it to the finals, sweep the Heat. That's what y'all should have done last year. But I don't understand. Maybe Doc Rivers got beef with my boy DeMarcus Cousins. But DeMarcus Cousins was the key for the Clippers to win the championship last year. And for some reason, they did not pull the trigger. I don't know why. I don't know why you had Joakim Noah. I don't know if that's like a practice player thing or something. But getting DeMarcus Cousins fills a void. I love. I'm gonna retract that. I really like Zubac. He's a guy that plays hard. But playing hard can only get you to so much. You need a guy that he could get it. He could get it. If Joker had to guard Zubac. Joker was not tired on the defensive end. He wasn't working on defensive end. Joker has to guard DeMarcus Cousins. He's working on defensive end. He's getting tired. Clippers, why didn't you guys do that last year? It was your perfect opportunity. I don't think you guys are going to beat the Nets in a 7-game series. Even though That boy that wearing number 2, he's bad. He's a bad man. I don't see you guys beating that team. I guess what L.A. Yeah, that team up north. Up north. How does the Migos say it? Up north? I don't know. Regardless, I don't think you guys are gonna beat that team. It's the Nets. It's championship a bust for the Nets. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I think that's it for my check-in. The Giants. Let's just get Jamar Chase. That's all I'm banging on. That's all I'm hoping for. Let's just get Jamar Chase, the Giants, and then everything else will take care of itself. Guys, I'm coming. I'm hitting. I'm hook. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm jabbing. I'm hooking. I'm jabbing. I'm uppercutting these episodes. I'll be back. I'm just trying to start a conversation. This is Gerald Cadet. This is the Corner Store. I don't know why I did that, but we out.